Alright guys, so on Amazon Prime I finally got the chance to watch Tales from the Hood, which came out in 1995, which is an anthology movie based around stories set in the hood. That's really cool. I always have wanted to see this movie because there's a scene in the movie where I have seen a clip from it where this character is impaled by heroin needles and is literally forced into becoming a literal painting on the street on the wall. And that was such a strikingly cool image for a horror movie that I really wanted to watch it, and I'm glad that I finally saw it was on Amazon Prime because I've never seen it. And I was thinking about getting the Scream Factory release before I got Amazon Prime, realizing that it was on there. So I have wanted to see this for a while. And the thing I love, like most anthology movies, is that this starts out with these three characters going into this or in this mortuary, and this mortician character is creepy as hell. And this guy who's got this big smile on his face, the way he talks is very creepy and discerning. And this guy tells the stories. It's kind of like how the crypt keeper will tell stories and tales from the crypt. It works in just that creepy, effective way. Like, he is a very memorable character that does tell the stories. Um, and and I'm going to talk about all four stories, and this is going to be full spoilers. And the first story is about these crooked cops who, of course, are crooked and racist, and this character comes back from the dead and he kills them off in this brutal, cool way where, like, this, again, that scene where this guy gets impaled by heroin needles and is forcibly made into the artwork. Like, he is literally becomes just the artwork on the wall, a picture of him, like, scared. That's incredible. I really love the first one because it gave a creepy atmosphere to it, and it was really cool just using that bit of, like, these cops who are getting what they deserve. I really like that. And then we got a second story about this little boy, and he keeps having nightmares of this monster. Like, or I mean, he keeps imagining this monster coming into his house and hurting him. And this teacher is, like, trying to figure out what the truth is. Like, who's this monster? Like, is there a real monster? He thinks there's no monster. And I love the reveal that the monster is just the father, who's an asshole, who is literally like this personified monster that the kid has made up because this dad character is horrible to him and to his wife. And I thought it was really interesting the way that the dad dies, because the dad is drawn on these pictures like the kid has made of the monster, and the kid, like, twists the picture around to where the dad gets twisted around, and then they crumple it and burn it to where the dad just burns and is crumpled. It's really cool. It's really creative how he dies. And I love that just metaphorical way of saying, oh, the monster is the father. Like, it's literally just a human. Like, it's the dad. He's a monster. I really thought that was awesome. So I really like the second story as well. And then there's this third story about these haunted dolls that terrorize a former KKK member trying to run for office. And again, just the use of creepiness in this is awesome. There's this one doll who that just keeps running around and trying to hurt the guy, and then there's this painting on the wall of the woman who is sending these dolls back. And I love the fact that it's just a painting of the woman and the dolls. And every time more appear in the real room with the guy, like, they keep disappearing from frame on the painting. That's really awesome. And I love that use of creepiness. And I loved how all these dolls are really creepy, and they're just humans that were killed. Well, they were humans that were killed, African Americans that were killed, and tortured, and were, of course, slaves. So they come back to haunt him and kill him. And I really thought that was a cool, again, like the crooked cops in the first segment. I thought that was cool how it's like, oh, getting back at the person, like a horrible person like that. I thought it was cool. And then we get the fourth story and the final story where there's this gang leader in prison where this character named Jerome sees the death of these gangs that he has killed, like people from gangs that he has killed, and he's tortured into realizing that these killings are not right and he shouldn't be a killer. And I thought that was cool, but even though this is probably my least favorite out of all of them, but I did like the message that like this guy killing all these people because they're in different gangs, I thought was effective because it's like, man, like he realizes like, and like he sees the dead forces of like all these people he killed, all these children, all these adults, everybody, and I love how these people are torturing him into trying to feel guilty. Like he's done all these murderings, like he's hurt countless people and killed countless people. So I love that they have that message of like he doing this is wrong, of course. And we get to the ending where I really love because the mortician brings it full circle, and you realize that these three guys are there, but they actually are in hell, and the mortician becomes Satan. That is so cool. Like, and the creepy switch to where you see the mortician gain like horns, and like the whole background becomes hell. That's a really cool twist. I really love that. Like he was the devil the whole time, and he was telling horrible stories. That was really cool and effective. And this movie overall, just in terms of like originality, is a really unique one because again, we've got all these anthology movies that they've made, horror movies that they made, but like this one, I love the fact that they use this set of this culture and use this set of stories that are more based in real life, but I like how they put a supernatural twist on some of them. Like that's pretty cool and effective and really fun. So I really enjoyed Tales from the Hood. This one was a really fun watch, and I'm glad I finally got to see it too. So tell me down below what you think of Tales from the Hood, and thank you guys so much for watching.